know that was her song. Oh, boy.
We'll do a whole musical mashup later. Well, as we mentioned, it is Groundhog's Day, and the country's most famous rodent, Punxsutawney Phil, gave us a possible hint of how much more winter we'll have to endure.
That's right, and the legend says if Phil sees a shadow, there will be 6 more weeks of winter, but if there's no shadow, many people believe it's just a sign spring is right around the corner. And more than 30,000 people visit Gobbler's Knob in Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania every year to celebrate Phil's forecast. But those people received what most would consider good news.
Yeah, amen. This morning when Phil emerged from his little burrow, he did not see his shadow. You can see that right there, which means we're going to have an early spring. And what are you thinking?
Please.
Yes.
Please.
I know.
Please be right.
We hope that Phil's correct.
I can't take these snowy roads.
I know. But we saw the sun today, and we are lucky to have a more accurate groundhog here in Michigan, which is exciting.
That's right. She came out this morning to predict for us. So let's take a look at what she said.
Glad tidings on this Groundhog Day. An early spring is on the way.
And there it is. Punxsutawney Phil says he's coming out of hibernation early this year. The famous rodent graced the nation with his future-telling wisdom in the early hours of Groundhog's Day, and people were happy about it. But did you know Phil isn't the only future-telling rodent in our midst? In fact, there are a few of them, and they all have their own prognostic. From Staten Island Chuck to Woodstock Willie in Illinois, everybody's looking to Rodentia to see if spring is coming anytime soon. Except Connecticut. They take their predictions from a duck. Most rodents across the country agree with Phil, besides one very special woodchuck.
Looks like we're going to have a longer winter.
Michigan's very own Woody the Woodchuck stood firm in her prediction that spring is not coming anytime soon. And while other rodents agree to disagree, Woody the Woodchuck has a great track record.
Snowflakes are falling now, so maybe she really knows something that we didn't.
In fact, it seems like she really does know something we don't. She might even know more than Phil himself. Woody's predictions have been accurate 68% of the time since her first prediction in 1999, while Phil's predictions have been accurate only 39% of the time. So why is Woody so accurate? It could be because of the way she makes her predictions. Phil relies on his shadow, while Woody relies more on herself. If Woody sees her shadow and runs back into her house, that means 6 more weeks are in the forecast. And if her accuracy isn't because of her prediction method, others say it could be because of something else.
Of course she is. She's a woman.
Whether she's right or wrong, Michigan's official woodchuck is quite the remarkable rodent. Starting life on the wrong side of the burrow, Woody was rescued as an orphan and has lived with humans ever since, which is why she won't ever be released. Her humans tell us her favorite foods include corn and watermelon, and that she loves all things cozy, including her bed, packing as much bedding material into her nest as woodchuckly possible. And unless it's not Groundhog's Day, don't even think about waking her up. Woody is not a morning rodent. Whoever's prediction you agree with, it's safe to say Michigan's woodchuck is one of a kind.
She is a cutie patootie, I would say that. Look at her little nose. His little nose. But later in the show, we'll talk a little bit about Colton's opinion, because he's the meteorologist, so I guess he knows something about weather. We'll see.
Maybe he's out of a job today.
Yeah,
honestly,
in
my opinion, I think Colton should have had the day off.
There we go.
But.
Well, we'll get into that, of course, later.